Cool? Alright, cool. Okay, so I am here with...
Abby.
Kiana.
And how old are you guys?
I'm 17.
I'm 17 too.
Okay. So I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to take turns, right? So, do you believe in love?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Of course.
And what would you define love as?
Someone that you know you can be safe around. It's like a no judgment zone.
Yeah, I believe the same thing. Like whether it's romantic or not, it's just someone that you know will always be there for you.
And where would you say love comes from?
That's a really hard question, actually. I don't know. I just say, like, I believe in soulmates and everything. So, if it's soulmates.
Soulmates. Oh,
So if it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
Yeah, I believe the same
100%?
thing. I believe the same thing. Like it comes from your soul.
Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. So I was gonna ask, like, where do my thoughts come from? I'm gonna put it that way, it's just to make it easy for you guys to...
Pardon?
Where do your thoughts come from?
Thoughts come from your brain.
Yeah. Keep it simple.
That's exactly what I was
Right. So exactly. So where obviously you come from your brain. So where does your brain come from?
Wait. Body.
Yeah, body.
And where does your body come from?
My mum.
Yeah.
And your mom?
Her mom.
My nan.
And so on and so on and so on. And where does it all start?
Science.
Yeah, science. I'd say.
Science.
Yeah.
Right. Science. So if I were to give you a watch or yeah, I think a watch is probably the best example to use. So if I were to give you like a watch, where would you say it came from?
Store.
You. Because you give it to me.
Well, yeah, eventually, but yeah, it came from the store, right? Cool. Where did the people at the store get the watch from?
Suppliers.
Factories
Who do you what?
make the watches.
Exactly. So they make the watches. They probably design them as well, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So if life was a painting, who would be holding the brush?
Me.
Yeah, I'd say yourself.
But if you are part of the painting, then who's holding the brush?
I believe science, but anything anyone wants to believe in. Because, you know, people's beliefs also come from a place of comfort.
Yeah.
It's not always, it doesn't always have to be fact-based. As long as it helps you be calm, whatever you believe is fine.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to use another analogy now. If I were to take a knife and I were to stab you, would that be right or wrong?
Wrong.
Why?
Because you're intentionally hurting someone and potentially taking away a life. Like, no matter if it was a human life or an animal life, whatever, you're still intentionally trying to hurt someone or something.
I completely agree. Completely.
Okay, cool. So, obviously, you said that if I were to stab you, it would be a case of me taking away your life, which is what you say is wrong. Like, objectively, right?
Yeah.
So that's wrong. But if, let's just say, like you were saying about beliefs, right? So if you believe that is wrong, and I believe that it's not wrong, then...
Well, I can't get you to change your beliefs. Like, at the end of the day, if we're not going to agree, we're not going to agree. I can't do anything for you.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't try to persuade you any different either. Because you're not going to change your mind unless something else comes up and you're like, oh shit, never mind. But at the end of the day, I'm going to be living my life, you'll be living yours. It doesn't really matter.
Do you think that there's something... Right. Do you think there's something, I guess, inside of you that would say you're a being that convicts you to say that, yeah, stabbing someone is wrong, and like majority of people in the world agree that that's wrong, right?
Like, you think I have what?
Like you have a conscious,
a feeling, consciousness.
that tells you that.
Yeah.
So where does your conscious come from?
Your consciousness usually it just comes from society, how you grow up, nature and nurture, and also just how you feel as a person too.
Yeah.
You get molded from a young age and get taught what's right or wrong socially and societally. Like in a different society, most people like would probably believe, oh yeah, stabbing someone is fine, it's whatever. And then another society would be like, oh no, it's wrong. That's how you get your beliefs depending on where you are.
So like your environment kind of shapes it in a sense.
Yeah.
Right. Cool. So obviously, if that were the case, and I guess different society, different morals, I guess.
Yeah.
But ultimately, well, me personally, right? I believe that stabbing someone is wrong, and there's nothing, how do I put it, subjective about that. It's just objectively wrong. But for something to be objective, it means that there has to be a standard, if I were to put it that way, like an objective standard, right? So if you have a conscience and everything like that, and obviously I asked you like how that obviously starts in that, right? And you said science, right? So if it's science, where did science start, if I were to put it that way? Because if I were to put it this way, there's order and design in this world, and order and design don't come about by chance, if I were to put it that way. Order and design always have a purpose, if I were to put it that way. So where do you think order and design comes from in terms of like science and that?
I don't think it's a science thing. I think it's a human thing.
Yeah.
Because honestly, half the shit that's going on is because humans think they're more important than everyone. So we have all these rules, all these societal standards to go by. When you see different animals, they probably have the same thing, but we don't know about it because we can't communicate with them.
Yeah.
But they'll probably be different to us. Like a lion has no issue with killing another animal because we'll just see it as, oh, I need food. But for us, some people, you have to get someone else to kill it.
Yeah.
Then you have to get it in a grocery store, and then you have to cook it yourself, and then feed yourself and other people because you as a person are too scared to do it yourself, and you're like, ew, no, but you have no issue with eating it.
Yeah.
It's just a social standard.
Yeah, that's how it's presented to you, I guess. So would you, what's the question I'm trying to ask? Do you think that humans are humans' biggest enemy?
Yeah.
100%.
Right. So, how am I trying to shape this question? Cool. The way the world is, or at least the way I guess it is in general, we've got space, we've got matter, and we've got time, right? So you can't have, okay, if you have matter but no space, where do you put matter?
What?
If there's, okay, so we have space, matter, and time,
Yeah.
and they all come into existence at the same time, right? Or in the same instance, but to put it that way. So if you have matter
Yeah.
but no space, where do you put the matter?
In space?
Where there's no space.
Oh. I don't know.
You can't.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't, exactly. So if you can't put matter in space because there's no space, then you can't put matter. So yeah. But if you have space and matter and they come together, when do they come together if there's no time?
They don't?
No, because time is a social construct there.
You think?
Yeah, because like the moon, the sun, they all come up and out at different times, but we made time as a way to like document and keep track of stuff. Like in a different universe or something, Monday could be like 2 days long for us, but then for them it's like 1 day. I don't know, I did not say that well, but like you get what I mean, so it's fine.
No, you did say well, I agree.
Holy shit, it's raining. I have to walk it back.
Alright, so cool. Matter, time, space, and all that, they come together the same instant, like I was saying. So even though maybe it's a social like construct, like you were saying, there is still something that's
It's
time in a sense, right? Regardless of how we measure it, in a sense,
it's
there's
still
time.
stuff that goes on.
Yeah, because there has to be a when something happens, right? So obviously there's all that. There's order and design. But like I was asking about like the painting, there has to be a painter for a painting, right? And with time, space, and matter to obviously exist, they all have order and they also have design. Like matter has, this is matter, that is matter, that is matter. All this is space, and everything came together at a specific time. But for all of it to come together, there needs to be someone who makes it happen. Obviously, who built this, who did that, and stuff like that. So, my question is now, like, wait, actually, I think the way you've kind of answered the questions, I would say that there is kind of a way that you like answering the questions in the sense that I'm guessing you don't believe in God, do you?
I don't believe in God because, like, I really don't care. Like, it's not a thing of, oh, God is stupid or whatever.
Yeah.
It's just like there's so many different entities, so many different gods that people believe in.
Yeah.
I personally believe that I don't give a shit. I'm gonna die one day. It's fine.
Do you think that wait, hold the phone, man. Oh my days. Oh, okay, this is great. okay. So fine. You die. Would you, if you were to die, would you like to live forever in a sense?
Personally, I want to be immortal, but I feel like reincarnation is a thing, so I don't care. Because if I get reincarnated, well, I believe in it fully, but when I get reincarnated, I'm not going to remember shit from this life.
Yeah.
Some people remember shit from their past lives. I probably won't. Like, nothing's happened. And if, like, because I grew up religious, but I don't really believe in it, because most of religious people nowadays, they don't realize the thing that they're doing is still not going to get them to a certain place. Like, I feel like people created God and the Bible and other different religions. I'm just using that because that's how I grew up. But as a way to comfort themselves from death, which is totally fine. But there's a lot of rules to that as well. And a lot of the time people are breaking those rules and thinking that they're going to go there just because they did good things because they wanted it. But
like karma.
But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you're doing good things. If it's for selfish reasons, you're not going to get there. So in my mind, it's like stupid. Like, I'm not going to spend my time living by rules.
Stop. Okay. No, keep going. Just press it again. Okay, cool.
I'm not going to spend my life living by rules just to probably not end up in a good place. If I'm going to be a good person, I'm going to be a good person because in my soul, that's who I am. Yeah, that's just how I believe. I like being nice to people. I don't like being mean to people. I think it's just rude. There's no need unless you're like being harassed or something or someone's being a bitch. I personally default, I'm kind to people unless there's a reason not to be. I'm not doing it for a reward. I don't give a shit about rewards.
Yeah. And I think
agree.
Sorry. Right. I think the way people, well, I guess religious people, if I put it that way, the way they live their lives, it's almost as if like they're trying to work.
Like
like kind of like work the way up to heaven, if I put it that way, right? Exactly that. But if I were to put it this way, right? And if I were to use the Bible as an example, right? So the Bible has God saying that there's 10 commandments, right? So there's 10 commandments and there's this law. There's this law, right? So there's this law, and obviously if you break one of the laws, you are guilty, right? And the Bible also says that the wages of sin is death. So if you sin, like no matter what sin you break, no matter how much you do it, you've broken that and you're going to die. You're not going to heaven, essentially. So what that means is if everyone is born a sinner, then everyone is going to hell, right? Cool. So no matter how much you work, you're going to hell. It's the same thing with this world right now. Like if you do all good in this world, I guess, right?
And you do one bad thing.
Yeah, and you do one bad thing, you get convicted of a crime or whatever. You're going to, regardless of how, you can even, like, even if the judge, like, you tell the judge, like, I've done this, I've done that, you're still going to get convicted, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So what I'm trying to say is a lot of people just kind of living in a, like, this loop or circle that they are just, I don't know, they're just not going wherever they think they're going, in a sense. Right?
Yeah.
And that's one thing I can agree with you on, in a sense. But I think if I were to put it this way, right? I'm gonna tell you something, right? So, me specifically, I did grow up in a religious, family, like Christian family, actually. So I grew up went to like school where they taught about the Bible, yada yada yada, and that. And eventually, as I grew up, I kind of lost the faith because whatever and stuff like that. And it was just like, I guess like the way life happens comes at you and stuff like that. I just kind of got like wrapped up into that. Like didn't even care, and I had no pressure from my parents either, which was a good thing, I'd say. Which is good, right? So I kind of took my own path. And I remember one specific day, I went through like a terrible breakup, and I was in a dark place. And yeah, I just didn't want to speak to anyone, and I just felt like nobody really understood how I was, like, what I was going through besides myself, essentially, right? And I think with that being said, I just kind of obviously switched off, turned off. And one specific day, I remember opening my phone, went on TikTok, I was scrolling, and then like I saw this guy speaking. It was like a preacher, essentially. And I was like listening to what he was saying. He was just speaking about forgiveness in a sense, right? Just speaking about forgiveness, I'm like, okay. Saying some really like, and I felt like he was speaking to like my heart in a sense, like the way, the timing of everything happening. And then like I scrolled, same guy, talking about the same thing. And it was just like, whoa. Keep scrolling, same guy, this is my For You page, imagine. It was just like, okay, now this can't be a coincidence. And then so afterwards, I was like, okay, cool. I keep listening, and I'm listening, and I just felt like I got a whole new perspective about what forgiveness truly meant. I felt like forgiveness isn't just about, obviously, like if you did me dirty, I would say forgiveness isn't what? Nice, so random. Right, forgiveness isn't necessarily just about ridding you of your guilt. You just say you are sorry, and I'm forgiving you because you're sorry. But forgiveness is more about myself in the sense that I'm setting myself free from the pain that you inflicted on me. And that's the perspective that I got. And it immediately after I like got the revelation, I just like, I felt at ease. I just felt like everything was fine. I just felt like all the pain was gone, and I was like, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Like all I did was like watch this video, and then like I got a whole new perspective. So then I went on this guy's page and I kept watching his videos, and I just got like a whole insight. And over time I was like, damn, whoa, I kind of want to listen to this. Yeah, and I was like, okay, so now I'm watching his videos and speaking to me. I felt like I was speaking to my soul, like I was saying that my being. And I was like, okay, I got like a whole new perspective. And I obviously, in the Bible, it talks about how, okay, for to ask you this question, what year are we in?
2025.
Yeah, 2025.
2025 years after what?
Huh?
2025 years after what?
After Christ.
Oh, after death.
Yeah,
After
exactly.
death.
Oh, it was before Christ, after death, isn't it?
Yeah. So before that, right? So 1%. Okay, don't worry. Until it finishes, you tell me. But also, obviously, I have audio, right? It's cool. Right. So fine. How much time do we have left? I think we're good. Cool. So fine. I saw that, and I said, okay, obviously, like Christ died at that time, meaning that he was a real person in time that we all kind of just knew that he was a real person, yada. And he taught a lot, and obviously he died, and the belief is that he rose from the dead, in a sense, to forgive us of our sins, right? So when that I always knew that, but I didn't know the fact that, like, there's what we call religion, which is what a lot of people do, but there's also this relationship aspect that I didn't know of until I was watching this guy's videos. In the sense that I didn't know the fact that God actually humbled himself to take on a human form, to be the human that we call Jesus. And obviously, if, like I was talking about how, like, if you sin, right, you're guilty regardless. But if God is taking on the form of a human to be us, obviously, exactly, to just like step in for us and just like intercede, if that's the word, right? And then like kind of take on the punishment that we deserve, in a sense. Obviously, that means like okay, like I was saying about me being hurt over that time, like I had a void in my heart. I felt like, and I just felt like whether it was another girl, something like that was my first girlfriend. So like I just made a vow to myself, like whoever it is that I fall in love with, it's gonna be that specific person that I'm gonna actually also be my girlfriend, and that's gonna be my person forever. But obviously things didn't work out and stuff like that. And I feel like once I watched all these videos and stuff like that, I got a whole new perspective of what love was in a sense. And obviously looking at how God kind of did the whole humbling himself thing and stuff like that. At the end of the day, it was just a belief. And how people have disagreements and stuff like that. But I think it took me understanding the fact that, whoa, I had to literally humble myself in a sense to forgive this person because they surely didn't like deserve my forgiveness, but stuff like that. But like obviously, it's a sense of grace, and I think that's what it comes down to is the fact that I can't work my way up to heaven. So what God did instead was show the ultimate act of love and come down from heaven to take us back up, in a sense. And that's what I felt like true love was. That was the understanding that I had of love after that. In the sense that love is patient, it's kind, you know, all those type of things that you would describe love as, and understand the fact that it's God's character, in a sense, right? So after I learned that, I felt like that void in my heart, it was filled, and the only way it could have been filled was with Jesus, because if I got a girl, if I got, I don't know, could have played video games or done something to kind of just like put on a facade or something like that, right? To just fill in that void, to hide from what was actually happening in my heart. And I think until that was filled, that's when I just, you know, and that's when my whole life just changed after that. Like I just felt like I went from being, if you knew me 2-3 years ago, you wouldn't even recognize me.
Got reborn.
Yeah, exactly. So even God. But my whole life changed after that. I actually started following Jesus because I think after that it was like I took the step of obviously realizing that, whoa, he humbled himself, so I ought to do the same thing and humble myself before him because, whoa, I'm actually a dirty, rotten sinner and he's God. So obviously I need to show that, like, who's the boss in a sense, right?
Yeah.
Right. Obviously, it's a choice. Love is a choice. It isn't something that you force someone to do. Right? It's not a coercion thing. So it's how he allows me to obviously live the way I want to live and obviously reap the benefits of what I want to reap in a sense. But obviously now I'm, taking the step to actually follow him because love is a choice. Right? So love is a choice, and every day I need to choose love in order to live a righteous life, if I put it that way.
Yeah.
Obviously I can't do that, but I know that every single time I can't like step into that, I have to ask God to step in for me, which is what he already did. And that's why I put my faith in him in a sense.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was an interesting conversation, especially from you. Can't say much about you, but like in a sense, I feel like you're very knowledgeable, if I put it that way. And I appreciate that. And I'll just say that for me specifically, I think when I changed my whole perspective of the fact that it's not a religion, it's more like a relationship, I kind of just had that supernatural encounter. And that's when I decided to put my faith in him because I knew that he was credible. I knew that he was trustworthy and I knew that I could trust him. Right? Since then, I never looked back. Every single time I look back, I've cried about it. I'm not worthy, yada, yada. And obviously, I think over time, I just realized that it's not about me being worthy because I was never worthy to begin with, but I'm worthy because he makes me worthy, in a sense. But I think that's what it just comes down to in a sense that his presence is made perfect in my weakness, in a sense. So I think I just took the time to just what's the word? I just took the time to just obviously just show humility and just be like, okay, I want to speak to you, and if you're real, show me where you at, And obviously, I had to obviously humble myself in that aspect as well to say, you're God, so you reveal yourself the way you want to reveal yourself, not the way I want you to at a specific time. And if you're gonna reveal yourself, you're gonna reveal yourself, and that's what he did. And never look back since, like I was saying. So, obviously, if I believe in a heaven and a hell and stuff like that, and I believe now that I have this relationship with him, I do believe that I am going to heaven, but it's nothing that I can do about it. It's something I can do to earn it.
Yeah.
It's by grace alone, and grace isn't something that you can earn. It's something that's given to you. It's a gift, right? So, with that being said, it's like, okay, guys, pass. Okay. So because it's not something that I can earn, it's something that's given to me.
Yeah.
It's me being willing to accept that gift. And I can see it, but until I take it and run with it, that's when something can happen, right? So I think with that being said, I just took it upon myself to just say okay, the only reason I'm going to make it to heaven is because of him.
Yeah.
And what he's done or what I've done, not anything that anyone else has done, but apart from what he's done, that's the only thing that can take me to heaven. And heaven isn't just a place, hell isn't just a place. I feel like a lot of people get it mixed up all the time, thinking about hell, fire, brimstone. or whatever they be preaching and stuff like that. But I think over time it's just realizing that, well, it's more like a state of mind.
Yep.
And I think it's just, heaven is just presence,
Yep.
God's presence, and hell is just a place where God's presence isn't there. Right? Yeah, absence of His presence, exactly that. So that's what I kind of, and I feel like I'm a very emotional guy. Like I'll be very emotional. I do be crying a lot, and I think in that silence is when I feel like He speaks the loudest, and it just really like reminds me that, whoa, life is so important, and life is more than anything, it's a gift, and I think I just have to show my gratitude to Him in a sense.
Yeah.
I just have to show my gratitude about that in a sense, right? So all I'm saying right now is, obviously I've done this whole interview and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the things that people, when they preach, they get wrong is like coercing and forcing people, or sort of like turning a face and just saying, you're going to hell, you're going to hell.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say, sorry. What I'm trying to say is that, like, listen, regardless of whatever you guys decide you want to do in this life,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, you have a date with death, regardless. But I think if I knew a way out of it, I want to share that, because as much as I don't know and stuff like that, like I don't know you, I probably even forgot your name. You don't even know my name in a sense, right? But I can still say that I love you and I love you, and I can tell you that God loves you as well. And maybe whether you believe in Him or not, I think that you should. Not that you should, but you can choose in a sense.
Yeah.
To give it a try. Like if He's real, ask Him to reveal Himself. I mean, in the Bible it says, in Matthew 7:7, it says, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock on that door and it shall be open to you. So you should ask, you should seek and you will find, and knock on His door and He'll open it to you. If He doesn't, but if He does, then glory to Him in a sense. So just thank you for this interaction and stuff like that. I wish you guys well and stuff like that.
Thank you.
No problem.